taking care of business this morning. It is a Thursday morning. Good morning, guys. How are you? Welcome to the program. Deb Eckelberger joins us from the Titusville Community Development Agencies. And who did you bring in this morning, Deb?
Well, we have Clyde. He's here to tell us all about his brand new business in town. So we're happy to highlight a new business.
All right. Clyde, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right. What's going on?
Well, I am here to let everybody know that my pharmacy is now open.
Yeah.
Thank you. And just, let everybody know some of the services that we offer there.
All right. Well, tell us, first, before we get into that, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a Titusville native. I was born and raised here. I grew up on a dairy farm. We kind of
easy, Francis, easy.
We kind of had a little bit of everything, chickens, pigs, kind of the old McDonald farm kind of thing. And when I was in school, I needed to do something. I felt that I should do something a little better, let me take that back. Something that I felt more comfortable with long term, and I decided to go to pharmacy school. So I went to...
It has farm in it.
Exactly. Yes.
That's what made you decide that.
So I was a freshman, my freshman year at Pitt in Titusville, and then I transferred to main campus and graduated there in 98. I worked at the Medicine Shoppe in Franklin for a few years, and then came up to Eckerd's for about 6 years until they closed, and ended up going to the former Medicine Shoppe here in Titusville, and then over to Giant Eagle. And at that point I decided that I need to go into business for myself.
That's a big step.
It was a very big step. It's very scary. It's not something that you just decide to do on a whim, like, hey, I'm going to open my own pharmacy. There's a lot of paperwork involved, a lot of permits, a lot of regulations and fees, and a lot of red tape to get through to do it. But ultimately, I feel it's worth it.
3 years worth of it.
3 years.
Wow.
And 3 years.
Right, and you didn't just find an old location. I mean, you decided you're going to do this thing and do it from the ground up. You built a building.
We had been searching for quite a while for a suitable building in Titusville. And ultimately, you need something that has easy access, that's not on a super busy street. Something that we could tailor for our own business.
And next to a beer distributor, so you can, after work, relax.
It's medicinal.
We refer to it as the perpetual triangle. You have your grocery store, the liquor or the beer store, and the pharmacy.
Oh, there you go.
That's right. You're set. That's a fun weekend right there.
Absolutely.
What are you doing later, Francis?
Yes.
You're buying, right?
Sure.
So here you are, it's hard to believe, 3 years to get through all that.
It's been 3 years. This started in August of 2013. There was an incident that prompted me to start looking for options, for my career. One thing with my experience, I had worked in many different places, and I was able to see the best of everything and the worst of everything, and what worked and what didn't. And, you also develop that sense of, hey, I'm working for somebody. They're not doing something that could be done better. And unfortunately, feedback and input, any type of change, that was always frowned upon. And it becomes very frustrating when, you are told you have to do something even if it's stupid. And that's not the way that you run a business. That's not the way that you have customer service. So, you get to that point, like, I've had it. Like, I want to be my own boss. I'm going to open my own business, and I'm going to do it the right way. I want to be treated, decently. I treat my customers the way I want to be treated.
It's about customer service.
Well, did any of that come from the background of being on a farm? Because you had a lot of responsibilities, I'm sure, as a kid, and you were on your own, too. It's not like, when you're asked to do something...
Oh, sure.
You got to get it done,
absolutely.
Right?
When you are said or told, we got to mow hay. Let's get this field plowed. We got to plant. We got to harvest. Got to milk the cows. I developed a very strong work ethic at a young age. Unfortunately, my summers were always busy on the farm. I never had weekends off. But I think ultimately it has paid off.
But that's, as you said, that's hard work, and
it is
it'd
very
be
hard work.
easy for somebody to look at and say, "Boy, 3 years before I'm actually working this job that I want to do." Now I'll just work for somebody. And it's easy to say that, right? You went the hard way and said, as you said, I'm determined. These are the reasons why I'm going to do this.
It was very very frustrating at times. A lot of it had to do with dealing with permits, legal issues, real estate issues.
I find if you do it on the weekends and don't tell anybody, you bypass a lot of that legal stuff. Clyde, this is just my personal experience.
Well, sure.
Not yours. I want to ask you, you had a soft opening the other day.
Yeah, we officially opened July 5th,
Okay.
Which was this last Tuesday. And essentially, a soft opening is, we open our doors for business. We still have a few bugs to work out, but we're getting there. I was fortunate enough to hand select a great team of people. 3 of them have, actually 4 of them have pharmacy experience, and that helps. That's a big factor to consider. I've worked with them. I see how they interact with people, with other professionals, their work ethic, and I feel that they're a great team. Our first day there, we received a huge order of medication in from the wholesaler, and it was so awesome to be able to kind of do my own thing, and they went ahead and did everything without being told exactly what to do. I didn't have to micromanage them.
Wow.
It was a nice change of pace.
So that was the 5th. I want to know, what were you thinking when you woke up that morning? How excited were you? This was the day.
Boy, I don't know. My head's been spinning for quite some time now, especially the closer
I'm sure
we
there's
got to
medication for that.
opening. Well, there is. I just prefer, no. There is. I have it under control now. It's almost surreal. It's a sense of disbelief when you get to this point, and it's like you watching the clock. Okay, it's the countdown to our opening day. I didn't sleep very well the night before. A lot of things in my
I can well imagine.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of things were going over. I was going over my mind, thinking, okay, what do I need to do? What if this happens? Or, what can is there something missing that I need to do before we open the doors?
Well, there was a person there waiting when he opened the door. I thought that was awesome.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Wait, and I saw her. She went to the door first, and it wasn't quite open yet. She said to the person in the car, "They're not open yet." And then, like a minute later, there was Clyde, and I made sure I took the picture for him.
Oh,
so
that's
he had
great.
the picture of the first person there.
At least you didn't forget the keys on the first day.
That's true.
All this 3 years of planning, I forgot to put the lock on the door.
Yeah.
I don't have a key for it.
Hey, let me ask you, you mentioned a little bit earlier in your conversation, everyone knows when it comes to real estate, it's location, 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 and you mentioned that it was important not to be on a super busy street. Why is that?
So that's an important factor, so that you can get into the pharmacy and get out from the location without having to wait, what would seem, well, of course, it seems like hours whenever you're waiting to get into traffic.
Sure.
One of the issues with the old Medicine Shoppe location, it was on a one-way street, and it was a very busy street. It was on West Central Avenue. And, to pull out of there, cars had to wait for quite a while. And where we're at now, it's on South Martin Street. It's not a very busy street. It's a nice little cutoff from the main drag in town. And there's actually 2 access points. We have South Martin Street, and then in the back of the lot, you can, cut across the beer distributor's lot next to the Billy Brown building, and you can go out on Water Street that way. So that was a major factor there. As a pharmacy, we don't have to be right on the main drag in town like you would a fast food restaurant. We can be a little bit, out of the way in a more convenient driving location than trying to have our customers battle traffic.
But even so, that's a pretty visible place too.
It is.
It is. It's yes.
That's great.
Clyde, great seeing you this morning. We're going to have you back, okay? Because there's a lot more we can discuss.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to.
Again, Medicine Shoppe is officially open.
We are officially open. We have not had a grand opening date planned yet. Probably about 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
We're going to get all the bugs worked out first. and then I think we're going to have a big bash.
Is
big
delivery
blowout.
up and going yet?
We do have delivery. We have delivery. We have a drive-through available.
Excellent.
We will have immunizations, flu shot, pneumonia shot, tetanus.
Dollar menu?
Yep.
We do have some dollar items in
They
the
do.
store.
They have dollar racks. They do.
Yes, we do.
They have a consultation room for private.
All right, we'll have you back and we'll get into this stuff because there's a lot more we can go over.
Quite a
So
bit, yes.
if you're happy and you know it, shake your meds today. Medicine Shoppe is open for business. Clyde, congratulations.
Thank you.
All righty. Quick timeout. We've got Mr. Crawford County Commissioner Francis Witherspan Jr. joining us when we return. This is the Morning Drill on Stream Television and the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network.